afternoon, so I thought I'd get out some raf100 stuff. So last year Corgi really went after the raf100 line. I've got some of them but not all of them, so I thought I'd grab them for you. So the first one will be this lovely delightful Hawker Fury from RAF Tangmere. The second one is the famed Popeye, who is Leonard Walter Stevens, number 17 Squadron Debden. The next Hurricane, with the different nose, is Pilot Officer Ken Mackenzie's aircraft from RAF Kenley in October 1940. And finally is the RAF Supermarine Spitfire Mark II, the Belfast Telegraph Spitfire Fund Spitfire from Ballyhalbert, Northern Ireland, March 1941. Just give you a quick overview there, and we'll go through them one by one. The first aircraft covered is the lovely Hawker Fury from 1932 from RAF Tangmere down on the south coast. This is another of the successful Silver Wings collection, which didn't sell fantastically, but has been really well received by collectors around, with the Demon, the Fury, and the Heart, etc. I've got all of them now. This one here, as you can see, has got a quite garish yellow on the top and thin wheel covers and on the prop. That's just to signify the flight leader's colours. But a lovely, lovely piece of kit. There's one of these obviously flying at Duxford. Hopefully it will be included in the Flying Legends lineup this year. If not, it'll be available to be viewed and whatnot. Doesn't get out and about that often, only probably 2-3 times a year. It's only ever flown by Charlie Brown, but a lovely, lovely looking aircraft. And well worth adding to your collection if biplanes are your thing. So this is known as Winged Popeye, and it's flown by a pilot known as Walter Stevens, who's based at RAF Debden in Essex. He basically had a Hurricane that was quite badly damaged from sort of an encounter with the Luftwaffe in the early part of Battle Britain. So his second Hurricane, he would put this rather elaborate Winged Popeye on there. So our famous Popeye the Sailor Man there, if you see, with his spinach, and put that onto the aircraft. I'm sure it caused quite a stir at RAF Debden at the time. The RAF weren't exactly elaborate as such with that. But he later lost his life in 1941 with a mid-air collision with 2 Spitfires. But a rather nice looking aircraft. It will go nicely with YBW, which was the Battle Britain Memorial Flights Hurricane from a few seasons ago, if you've got the Model Zone exclusive one. Nice little partner to that. But a lovely crisp finish as always. Really shows off the new mould perfectly in my eyes. And there's a little comparison shot of both Hurricanes with the difference. The next Hurricane is the Pilot Officer Ken Mackenzie's aircraft from RAF Kenley, which was one of the probably most hit aerodromes during 1940. A really interesting story with this aircraft. Mackenzie actually chased the 109 across the fields of Kent out into the English Channel, and without ammunition he decided to ram the aircraft with his left wing and destroy the ME-109 stabiliser and send it into the sea. He was then set upon by 2 109s and thankfully just made it over the cliffs in Folkestone and crashed into the nearest available field. He was later shot down in 1941 and become a prisoner of war as well. So it would make a nice partner to Ginger Lacey's Hurricane, if anybody's got that, and that was the Corgi 60th anniversary collection Hurricane, really nice looking Hurricane. If you have a look at the nose on that, it's different to this Mark 1. I'm guessing that's to do with the prop, but they're both Mark 1s nonetheless, but it does show you a different profile of it. We get to Popeye's one in a minute. But nice looking aircraft with a real sort of different sort of sky colour underneath. It seems slightly darker than the Popeye one, but a lovely looking bit of kit nonetheless. Lovely Supermarine Spitfire Mark II. Obviously not exactly new, a newer mould, it's still quite an older mould. If you have a look, there's not a massive amount of dehydral there. There's a little bit more than probably usual. But this aircraft is one of what they call 17 presentation Spitfires. It was known as the Belfast Telegraph Spitfire. Basically that's after the County Down area that raised the money to buy one of 17 Spitfires. This is actually now being commissioned as a replica in the Ulster Aviation Museum. If you ever got a chance to go over there, they've obviously got the Phantom that's being made in 148 as well, painted up lovely over there as well. But It was the only one of the 17 Spitfires that was purchased by the people in Northern Ireland to be based in Northern Ireland. So that was the interesting story sort of linked to that. And they raised the equivalent of what in nowadays would be £3 million during wartime. So absolute credit to the people in Northern Ireland for doing that. Small selection of the raf100 sets. I've obviously got the Lancaster out there, but there was a Hawk, there was a Jaguar, there was a Tornado. I can't think what else off the top of my head, to be honest with you, but there's several out there to get, and with the Catalina as well, which I'll have. Now the artwork on them are really, really nice. I'll just show you them too. The one in the middle, the winged Popeye, was a delayed release from the previous year. There you go. You might recognise the raf100 sticker, quite literally a sticker which was put onto many an RAF aircraft last year for the big celebrations. Yeah, so it's nice to cover the new Hurricane mould as well, just to see the radical difference. The tail joint is probably the biggest difference on it. It does feel a little bit more crisper as well, a little bit more detail, especially on the fuselage there. But I've done a lovely job of it. In fact, I've got all the new mould Hawker Hurricanes now, which is a nice little thing. And of course, the Fury is just a lovely, lovely little aircraft and well worth investing in. The original ones went for like 15 quid in the Corgi sale as well. And of course you can't be without Spitfire. I've got every Spitfire now bar the Buckeye Don US schemed Flying Mule exclusive one. So if anybody does see that, please hit me up. There you go, that's this week's video. Thanks for all the love as always on Instagram, Facebook, and don't forget obviously you've got the videos on YouTube as well if you want to subscribe to that. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care.